Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
Open the hood, we have to pull the release inside the car. It's just inside, right around your left knee on the driver's side. We need to release the secondary or safety release. Just kind of feel around for it. This one is right here. Squeeze up. I'm going to remove these two top nuts that hold on the appearance cover. They are 10 millimeter, so I'm using a 10 millimeter socket, ratchet, and extension. They should just thread off real easily. So there's our appearance cover. It's got some foam inside that's just for noise. Just keeps the noise down from the valve train. Here are your 4 coil packs, 1 for each cylinder. They're held into the valve cover with a 10 millimeter bolt, 1 for each. Underneath these is your spark plugs. Once these are removed, you can change your spark plugs and then reinstall the coil pack. Push down on the lock and remove the connector. These can be brittle, sometimes they break. The lock does. This procedure will be the same for the other 3. Use a ratchet, extension, and 10 millimeter socket to remove this 10 millimeter bolt. Put this bolt aside. Now we need to move the coil. You might have to wiggle it because there is a seal in here, and just break it free. Once it's free, it should come right up. There's our coil pack. You can use a special spark plug socket. It's got a rubber O-ring in there to hold the spark plug as we remove it from the engine. This one is a 5/8. Put in our extension. A longer ratchet. Kind of feed it down in there. You'll feel it sit onto the spark plug. Break it free. Actually take the ratchet off once it gets loose. Just spin it out. So you can actually see this spark plug is covered with oil because our valve cover gasket has been leaking. So I'm going to replace this spark plug after I clean up the spark plug openings, and then we'll replace the valve cover gasket. This original spark plug, the electrode is all worn out. The brand new one we have from 1AAuto.com is nice and fresh. The gap is small. Once we put all 4 of these in the vehicle, the car will be tuned up and it'll run great. I'm just going to take a rag and just carefully kind of go down here, soak up as much of the oil as I can. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Any oil that makes it into the cylinder will just get burned up anyways, but I do want to dry it up as much as I can before putting in the new spark plug. Take our new spark plug. There's no need to gap this. It's pre-gapped. Put it into the socket. See, it's held in with that rubber piece, so you can put it in without it falling out. You'll take it by hand. You'll find the threads. Thread it in by hand first to make sure it doesn't cross thread. So that's just starting to touch the gasket. Take our torque wrench, it's set to 14 foot-pounds. Tighten this down. And all you're doing is crushing the crush gasket. So right there, the spark plug is torqued in place. Sometimes that happens. The socket will stay on the plug. You just kind of wiggle it a little bit. Spark plug sockets have quite a grip to them. And sometimes if you don't have an extension that fits perfect into the socket, it can get stuck. So you just kind of wiggle it around and break it free, and it'll come right out. And just repeat these steps for the other 3 spark plugs and coils. Reinstall the coil. You'll line up the opening with the mounting bolt hole. Move the harness out of the way so it doesn't get pinched. You'll push right over the spark plug. Reinstall the bolt. Once it gets tight, I'm just going to stop. Put the connector back in. Now I can reinstall the plastic engine cover. Wiped it down with a rag to clean some of the dirt off of it, make it look a little nicer. Get it lined up over those studs. It'll sit right down. Reinstall the nuts. You can actually just do these hand tight. They don't need to be super tight. The job is complete.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.